Let's just shuffle. Let's just skip.
Skip, skip, skip.
Skip.
Skip, skip, skip.
Skip, skip, skip.
That used to be me. Now, I'm on the mission to create the perfect shuffle, where every song in the library is less than 50% skippable. What's up? I'm Trent Windsor. We're here in search of the perfect shuffle. It's time for another segment of clearing out the archives where I shuffle my music, and whichever album pops up, that is the album I review song by song. Last time we shuffled our music, and the album that popped up was Evil Empire by Rage Against the Machine. If you don't already know who Rage Against the Machine is, they are a nu metal band that is really into politics. They're led by vocalist Zach De La Rocha, who is rapping on every song, and Tom Morello, who is the guitarist, and he does some pretty funky, weird, interesting things with his guitar. He's pretty famous for that. Let's just say he's famous enough that he was made a playable character on Guitar Hero 3. Now, I previously only had the song Bulls on Parade in my music library because Guitar Hero 3. So, what from the rest of the album have I been missing? Let's find out as I review this album song by song. Before we go any further, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It helps me out a lot, and it's free, so why not? Now, this album follows a formula. Every single song fits within this formula almost exactly. There's only 4 parts to a Rage Against the Machine song. First, you have the rhythmic section, which is played behind the verse of Zach De La Rocha, just laying down bars. You'll have a guitar hook in the chorus, which is usually pretty meaty, often backed by the bass. There's a mystery bridge, which is a little bit of a wild card, but not too many options for this mystery bridge. And then we've also got the political message. I'll just be rating the pieces of each song since they all have all 4 of these pieces and nothing else. I'll also let you know what the message is, but I'm not going to rate it. I don't really have any comments to say about the politics. Song number 1 is called People of the Sun, and the issue here is the liberation of Mexican heritage. The rhythmic section is kind of wobbly, but ultimately it's pretty boring. The hook is very one note, actually it's 2 notes. And the mystery bridge for this song is missing. Not a strong start, I'd say this one is 70% skippable. Song number 2 is called Bulls on Parade. It was on Guitar Hero 3. It is legendary. The issue that we are talking about in this song is the oppressive leaders of the world. The rhythmic section in this song switches places with the hook, and I will say this rhythmic section is super head-banging. You know, when Zach De La Rocha comes in with a "Quit it now!" you go crazy. The hook in this song is pretty groovy, it swings a little bit, and the mystery bridge is a wild, squealing guitar solo that, while it is pretty out there compared to other guitar solos, it is still somewhat melodic, which you may not see in every guitar solo on this album. So I would say this one is 30% skippable. Song number 3 is called Vietnam, and the issue here is that right-wing radio is bad. The rhythmic section is perfectly blood pumping, it definitely brings the energy. I have to say that this first verse, Zach De La Rocha just goes and he's just like, turn on the radio, no, turn it off. Fear is your only god on the radio, turn it on, no, turn it off, turn it off, turn it on. Do you want me to turn on the radio or not? The hook is pretty meaty, it continues the energy, thankfully. My favorite part about this song is the mystery bridge, which is like a cool halftime breakdown kind of thing. I really love the way that adds some dynamics to this song. It kind of feels like the scary part in a monster movie or something. It sounds really cool. I would say this song is about 40% skippable. Song number 4 is called Revolver. The issue in this song is domestic violence. The rhythmic section in this one is super duper slow. It is very dynamic tempo-wise. We go from that really slow rhythmic section to the hook, which is a big meaty hook.
Big meaty
hooks! The guitar and bass play the same part, which really adds some punch, some oomph to it. The mystery bridge starts off with like the Predator noise. It leads into a pretty decent guitar solo. All of that, by the way, is played on the guitar. Tom Morello just knows how to do the Predator noise on the guitar. This is another one that I think is a highlight for this album. I'd say it's 30% skippable as well. Song number 5 is called Snake Charmer, and the issue here is, I think that politicians are bad. I'm not going to take the time to really dive into the lyrics for Zach De La Rocha and really interpret them, because, I'm not here to review the politics. The rhythmic section here is a very funky bass, the funkiest we've seen so far, and the hook is decently meaty. Not the meatiest, but decently meaty, like a couple of steak medallions. The mystery bridge here isn't much to talk about, it just makes the chorus longer. It's a decent song, I'd say it's 35% skippable. Song number 6 is called Tire Me, and here I'm pretty sure that the message is still politicians are bad. The rhythmic section on this one is the funkiest of bass parts, very deep and guttural almost. The hook is just meatier than a big, thick steak. The mystery bridge is like a pretty underwhelming guitar solo. I would say this one is also 30% skippable. Song number 7 is called Down Rodeo, and the issue here is that rich people are racist. The rhythmic section on this song is really empty. There's really not a lot to it. The hook really seems half-hearted to me. It just isn't really supported by the rhythm section. Zach De La Rocha says that he's riding down Rodeo with a shotgun. These people haven't seen a brown-skinned man since their grandparents bought one. It's just an interesting statement that I'm not saying is wrong, but perhaps there's a little bit of time travel going on, something that I am not aware of. The mystery bridge is a half-hearted guitar solo to match the half-hearted hook. I would say this song is 70% skippable. Song number 8 is called Without a Face. The issue we are facing here is immigrants/immigration. The rhythmic part is really meandering. It feels like we don't have a purpose here. The guitar is literally just hitting the same note over and over again. The hook is really energetic, I'll give it that. But the mystery bridge is another meandering section that's a guitar solo. Maybe a guitar solo, maybe a sound check. I can't tell. This one I'd have to say is 75% skippable. Song number 9 is called Wind Below. You better be plugging your nose or else you'll be victim to the wind below. Me and the wind below are friends whenever I go to Taco Bell. I'm not sorry. I can't say I'm sorry because I'm not. The issue here is the Zapatista Revolution. The rhythmic section here is a very whiny guitar. The hook is appropriately meaty. I would say it's the best part of this song. The mystery bridge literally sounds like nails on a chalkboard. I would say this song is 80% skippable. Song number 10 is called Roll Right. The issue here, either I'm too stupid to get it or I'm too lazy to really read into the lyrics. The rhythmic section is pretty bass heavy and the guitar part is a little bit more ambient. The hook on this one is very catchy, very exciting, super meaty. The mystery bridge, however, is like just more weird guitar sounds. It's just right there on the edge for me, but I don't think I'm going to come back to it ever, so I'd have to say that it's 55% skippable. Song number 11 is called Year of the Boomerang. The issue is everything. Honestly, I can say the same thing about all of the parts in this song. Everything is just a mess. Nothing feels intentional or directional, except for the bass. The bassist is killing it. I'd say that song is 80% skippable. Mathematically, adding everything up, this album as a whole is 54% skippable. Rage Against the Machine really holds on to a formula for this album, and I don't think that's a good thing. The problem with it is that by the end you're just kind of looking for which song follows the formula the best or does it in the best way, and the rest you can really just toss out the window because you've heard the best and then you've heard all the rest too. When they do rock it, it's headbanging, new metal, blood pumping, good stuff. Very energetic, very exciting. When they don't, it just comes out as either boring or weird and annoying. It's one of those things where sometimes the message alone is just not enough to carry your song. With that said, let's shuffle our music, see which album I'll be reviewing next. Alright, we're just going to go into our music library here. go into albums and hit shuffle. Okay, looks like the next album I'll be reviewing is The Allegory by Royce da 5'9". If you like what I'm doing here, please go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, turn on notifications, let me know in the comments below. What do you think about Rage Against the Machine? What do you think about Evil Empire? I believe that all musical opinions are valid, and I'd love to hear yours. If you have a request, let me know in those comments. I take requests. I will leave links in the description below for music videos for this album, as well as my link to my podcast, Music Meritocracy, a link to my playlist for Best of 2019, as well as a link to my playlist for Best of 2020, which is a playlist that I'm updating all the time. I'm Trent Windsor, and this is The Perfect Shuffle. And the issue here is that white Rinweo is wad.